Today, your child's life is a schedule from the moment they wake. There are hundreds of books on how to raise a child correctly. Apps track their sleep, their milestones, their screen time. And still, everyone disagrees on what actually works. But for 99.9% of human history, none of this existed. And children grew up just fine, sometimes remarkably so. From the first moment, ancient babies were always on someone's body. Liedloff spent 2.5 years with the Yaquana of Venezuela. She found their babies were never put down, not once. From birth through toddlerhood, constant physical contact, always. Modern babies sleep alone in a separate room from the first night. James McKenna at Notre Dame studied what happens when infants sleep alone. Infants sleeping alone show measurable stress responses through the night. The crib is 200 years old. Humanity is 300,000 years old. No ancient baby was ever more than a body's length from another human. We built a wall between the baby and the safety signal it was designed for. Narvaez documented what the infant nervous system is wired to expect. The baby's nervous system expects constant contact. That's not a preference, it's a design spec. A baby carried isn't spoiled. Its nervous system is calibrating correctly. The first lesson a nervous system learns: does the world respond to me? For ancient children, the answer was always yes. Reliably, immediately. We taught children to self-soothe. That's a lesson about abandonment. A child who knows the world responds grows up ready to explore it. That first lesson echoes through every relationship they'll ever have. The most sophisticated parenting tool ever invented is the human body. So hold your children more. Be physically present. Simple enough. But here's what nobody tells you about who did the holding. It was never just the mother, not even close. It was never designed to be a two-person job. Ancient children were held by the whole group, not just their parents. Sarah Blaffer Hrdy spent decades studying how humans actually raise children. Humans are the only great apes who routinely share childcare with non-parents. Grandmothers, aunts, and older children all participated in raising the young. This is so consistent across history it has a name: the grandmother hypothesis. Ancient children had 20 adults who would respond to their cry. Not 2, 20. Every adult in the group had investment in that child's survival. David Lancy studied childhood across more than 300 human societies. In every traditional society, child-rearing is distributed, never privatized. The nuclear family is 2 people doing the work of 20. This isn't a parenting failure, it's a structural impossibility. The math was never designed to work this way. We replaced the physical village with a phone call across the country. Grandmother knowledge doesn't transmit the same way through a screen. When the village shows up, the parent becomes human again. We know the village matters, we just can't find it anymore. So rebuild the village. More community, more people around. But here's the part that surprised every researcher who saw it. Ancient adults were not watching their children all the time. They watched from a distance. They were there, but they didn't hover. Children ran with other children, no adult directing the activity. They climbed trees that could break their arms. That was the point. Peter Gray at Boston College spent decades studying how children actually learn. Children are designed to learn through play. It's the primary vehicle. In traditional societies, children aren't taught. They participate. They followed, they watched. They slowly joined in when ready. No curriculum, no test, just presence, observation, and gradual participation. Lancy found formal teaching was rare. Observation was universal. The adult wasn't the teacher, the task was the teacher. Children played across ages, toddlers with teenagers all mixed together. Older children taught younger ones, naturally, without being asked. The age-segregated classroom is 200 years old. Children learning across ages is 300,000 years old. Children need younger ones to feel capable, older ones to aim toward. Age segregation removed both ends of that developmental spectrum. Stuart Brown studied what happens to young mammals deprived of free play. Play deprivation leads to anxiety, aggression, and social failure consistently. That's not a metaphor. It's a clinical finding across species. Ancient children regularly faced real risk and were trusted to navigate it. Modern childhood removes risk at every opportunity. Ellen Sandsetter found risky play is a developmental necessity, not a danger. Children who take real risks develop lower anxiety as adults. The fall teaches the child where the edge is. That can't be taught another way. Getting slightly lost teaches navigation, self-reliance, real problem-solving. Ancient adults treated minor injuries as information, not emergencies. We treat every small injury as though it confirms the world is dangerous. Competence can't be awarded. It has to be built through real experience. Ancient children were given hard things, and they rose to them. A child who never fails never learns they can recover from failure. The pride of real achievement is different from the pride of a participation ribbon. Here's what actually happened to childhood. We didn't improve parenting. We removed what parenting evolved to run on. The village, replaced by two people in a house with a door that closes. Constant contact, replaced by scheduled touch. Bath time, bedtime. Free play, replaced by organized activities with coaches and scores. Mixed-age learning, replaced by 25 same-age children in one room. Meaningful risk, replaced by playgrounds safe enough to bore a child. Children's anxiety has risen steadily since the 1950s. Parental burnout alongside it, both rising at the same rate. We didn't fail at parenting. We redesigned the conditions parenting evolved for. Ancient parents weren't better at this. They just had more people. They had grandmothers who'd seen it all before. Aunts with different eyes. Older children showing younger ones what it looks like to be a little bigger. And a world just dangerous enough to make growing up feel like something. Your child doesn't need a perfectly optimized childhood. They need a village to hold them, a world that asks something of them. They need to be near you and far enough to find their own edge. We didn't lose childhood. We just forgot it was never meant to be managed alone.